Hey everyone, it's Matt along with Goo here, and today I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on the Arachi trial and Arachi himself, so stay tuned. Alright, so let's start with the Trials of the Present. So this is going to be the brand new challenge that is now permanently open where you can challenge specific bosses. Usually each boss has up to 10 floors, and each floor becomes harder and harder and becomes more of a challenge. Usually the CP that you're looking for is between 20 and 24,000. But the good news is that you can keep challenging until you defeat it, and it doesn't count as an attempt until you win. The first boss is obviously Arachi. The next boss is Amun, and I believe there's only been two right now in JP. I'm getting a little bit confused on some stuff, but one of the catches here is that you can only do 10 challenges each week. Now, if you don't beat that challenge, that count doesn't count. So basically, you have 10 clears each week. There's a very nice piece of equipment that you can get. The Purgatory Sword you can randomly get between the 8th and 10th floor. It is a very strong sword with 36 HP, 16 attack, Frizz Breath plus 5%, Arachi's weapon. Alchemy, Frizz Breath, HP, attack, and agility. This also is great for Hybrid and any other unit that has Frizz Breath attacks. But you can also farm Arachi up to 6, so each of them costs 10,000. Sword can be bought for 50,000. So you will receive these tickets. You can at least get 6 of him through that. The other times will be through random. So this is the top floor. So you can see that Arachi has, at least in JP, and this is about the same time, so I don't expect it to change very much. Around 7,400 HP, and there is also the Sky Dragon and Hybrid. Each of those have around 1650 for dragons, and the 2 hybrids that will be summoned at 3/4 HP have just under 2,000 HP. So the Arachi will summon at 3/4 HP. The hybrids, make sure that you have the ability to at least attack one, if not both of those, and kill both of those before they get to do an attack, because as you know, hybrids have very high agility and will generally do some pretty high damage if you do not get through to them. They don't have very good high defense, so you should be able to kill them if you are able to get through this. Arachi himself has a very, very strong attack called Large Wheel. Inflicts 250% physical AoE. Remember, he is just like the other main bosses that we fought, will go twice. He can cast 2 large wheels, which means he can do over 800 HP. Make sure that you have a tank or a cover that will be able to protect. And there's a specific part of the board that you can trap Arachi where he can only attack 1 or 2 units, and if you have a cover as well, then that really limits how much damage that you will be given, and this is the best way to keep attacking Arachi, as he does have a lot of HP. And unfortunately, you can also try to envenomate him if you do the Hell Gladiator route, but that also requires a lot of luck and is also a little harder in the end too. The other 2 major attacks are Frizz based. One's a physical, one's a breath damage. The fan type breath damage is also very strong. Generally likes to do large wheel, especially if you bring in units that are strong against Frizz. The other straight line physical damage, they both are very high level modifiers, so they will do a lot of damage. Notice that all 3 enemies are weak to Crackle. you are just going to crackle the daylights out of these enemies. The two side enemies are weak to Bang, and Arachi's weak to Zap. Now, knowing that, who should you bring? You should be bringing three, if not maybe four, of the top units here. If you have Sorrow, you might be able to get around. There's going to be three attackers that you should definitely be bringing. If you have Zoma and if you have a Killing Machine, both of them are very, very strong against Arachi. Another good one would actually be Squidzilla as leader. Or you can also bring Sorrow as he has Bang and Zap as well, so he can attack the other weaknesses very well. Mucifer also does the same thing. Great Dragon has a pretty good breath skill if you want to bring that. Ragnar here is also okay. General. You should bring a healer for sure for the ability to sustain. 7,400 HP does require a decent amount of time. And these two tanks also do a very good job as well. Armored Scorpion if you have him, and if not, you just bring Stone Golem. Now finally, now that we have gone over Arachi, now that we've already covered the weapon, let's go over Arachi. Arachi increases the first breathing damage by 10% as a leadership. But remember too, it's a dragon breath attack, so also goes very well with Great Dragon. It's very important that we're finally getting enough dragons so that we can actually start doing a dragon breath team. It's not quite as powerful as some other teams, but it's really nice that if there's a lot of free to play abilities to be able to get. You can get Green Dragon, Orochi, and Halberd Source, and that's three very powerful dragon breath units right then and there. And depending on those two, the Halberd Source can increase the physical damage of dragons as well. And so, as I say, from a free-to-play standpoint, Arachi, I think, is a great fit for a team that we can start really building, that you can actually get to 5 hearts pretty consistently. First skill, Tail Hammer. It's just a single target, 130 physical damage. Second attack is the good old rolling attack. Nice AoE physical damage. Last one is Shankutsensu. Is a straight line attack, but it has the same modifiers as Dragon Lord True Form's breath attack, so it does breathtaking frizz damage for that AoE. The only problem is it's an A rank, so it can't get to 110, but getting to 100, and it's also cheaper to get to 100, still does a very good amount of damage. First skill here is movement +1 for the Awakening. Very nice. You get 3 consistent movement points from him, and that should be fairly quick and easy to do so. Second one is Bang Resistance +25. It's just like all the other reward monsters. You can get 4 copies there. Shankutsu power and is the 3rd and 5th, and Frizz Resistance is the 4th. So I just kind of want to go through this. Arachi is a good unit. It is not the best unit in the game by any means, but from a free-to-play A unit, it is still a pretty good unit overall. Unfortunately, I know Japan has ranked it down below, but from a free-to-play farmability standpoint, there's not that many units that are much easier to get, and you can farm this without using stamina. It will take some time, but at the very least, you will be able to get Arachi as long as you keep belittling away every week, every time to use up your 10 skills. So I hope you guys enjoy. Good luck, and I will see you guys later. Bye.